Don't give power to others. Giving excessive authority to those who always assert their correctness can be draining and counterproductive, whether at work, among friends, or in family debates. These situations test our patience and communication skills. Thus, this video serves as a vital manual for maintaining emotional composure and asserting authority in challenging scenarios. Here, you'll learn why it's crucial not to let others' viewpoints overshadow your reactions and decisions, ensuring your voice is heard without being drowned out by others' unwavering certainty. Stoic philosophers advocate for focusing on preserving your integrity and tranquility, rather than engaging in conflicts or trying to forcefully alter someone's opinion. Hence, learning to fortify your position in discussions is key to safeguarding your mental well-being and fostering more balanced interactions. In this video, we'll delve into 13 practical and astute strategies for preserving equilibrium and assertiveness while retaining control. Discover how to steer potential conflicts toward constructive dialogues and how refraining from empowering others needlessly can bolster your own stance and nurture more productive relationships. If you're ready to revolutionize how you deal with the self-assured individuals in your life, this content equips you with the essential tools. Stay engaged until the end, as each point holds significance. But before we dive in, remember to subscribe to the channel and drop a like. It greatly supports us without costing you a thing. Let's begin. Firstly, focus on facts. Adopting a fact-oriented approach when interacting with adamant individuals aligns with Stoic principles. Stoics prioritize objectivity and reason, advocating for relying on evidence and tangible realities over emotional sway or subjective opinions. By employing this tactic in everyday encounters, particularly with stubborn or dogmatic individuals, you arm yourself with a potent tool. Presenting verifiable facts and concrete data grounds the conversation in reality, diminishing the likelihood of it spiraling into pure emotion or baseless stubbornness. Moreover, emphasizing facts showcases a rational and well-informed stance, traits valued and cultivated by Stoicism. This approach not only bolsters your credibility and argumentative prowess, but also sets natural boundaries for those attempting to dominate discussions with personal viewpoints, ensuring the dialogue remains productive and rooted. Therefore, by embracing this approach, you embody the Stoic virtue of rational discipline, shielding yourself from undue influence and remaining steadfast in the pursuit of objective truth, crucial for personal serenity and effectiveness. Number 2, steer clear of direct confrontations, opting to avoid direct clashes with individuals who persistently claim to be right is a savvy strategy for preserving harmony and efficacy in interactions. This method advocates for a gentler, less aggressive mode of communication where, instead of directly challenging others' viewpoints, you subtly introduce alternatives in a constructive manner. This approach entails presenting different perspectives or solutions in a manner that allows the other party to contemplate them without feeling besieged or provoked. Such an approach not only keeps the dialogue open and cooperative, but also affords the other person the opportunity to ponder other viewpoints without the immediate pressure of defending their own. By delicately offering alternatives, you create room for all participants in the conversation to reconsider their stances without feeling exposed. This proves particularly valuable in professional settings or sensitive social contexts where maintaining positive relationships is paramount. This strategy not only circumvents unnecessary confrontations, which often entrench resistance to changing opinions, but also fosters an environment of mutual respect and comprehension. By embracing this approach, you demonstrate maturity, negotiation acumen, and regard for others' sentiments and perspectives, thereby facilitating a more productive and less confrontational exchange. Number 3, employ humor. This tactic proves effective in handling individuals inclined to always assert their correctness. Injecting a dash of humor into conversations can alleviate tension, foster a more relaxed ambiance, and render the interaction more enjoyable for all involved parties. Humor possesses the ability to dismantle barriers and diminish resistance, enabling individuals to perceive situations from a different angle. When opting for a humorous approach, it's essential to ensure that the humor remains appropriate and inoffensive. The objective is to alleviate tension, not exacerbate conflict. For instance, cracking a lighthearted joke about the situation can help mitigate the gravity of the debate, demonstrating that despite disagreements, maintaining an amicable atmosphere is feasible. Well-timed and astute humor can also momentarily disarm the defensive posture of those insistent on being right, creating space for new ideas to be entertained. Moreover, shared laughter can fortify interpersonal bonds, fostering a connection that transcends differences of opinion. Hence, integrating humor into discussions with individuals resistant to accepting alternative perspectives not only lightens communication, but also potentially enhances productivity, with all parties feeling more at ease. The likelihood of attaining mutual understanding, or at the very least, sustaining an open and ongoing dialogue, significantly rises. Number 4, maintaining composure is key. Keeping a level head is crucial when dealing with individuals who frequently assert their infallibility. Reacting emotionally can exacerbate the situation, hindering resolution. Remaining composed allows for a rational, objective approach, preventing unnecessary confrontations. By staying calm, you set a tone conducive to dialogue, potentially encouraging the other party to do the same. Moreover, maintaining emotional stability safeguards against provocations, ensuring the discussion stays on track. Techniques like deep breathing and using relaxed body language aid in maintaining composure, fostering constructive exchanges. Number 5, establish boundaries. Clearly defining boundaries is paramount when dealing with those who habitually claim to be right, echoing Stoic principles. Stoicism emphasizes self-control and autonomy, advocating for understanding and respecting personal limits. By delineating clear boundaries, you communicate your limits and what behavior is unacceptable. This may involve asserting certain topics as off-limits or requiring respectful discourse to continue. By focusing on what you can control, you uphold your dignity and inner peace. Setting and upholding boundaries not only maintains emotional stability, but also guides others on respectful interaction. It reinforces your self-worth without succumbing to external pressures, reflecting the Stoic ethos of self-awareness and resilience. Number 6, employ questioning. Using questions effectively challenges individuals inclined to assert their correctness. This approach promotes reflection and consideration of alternative viewpoints without provoking defensiveness. Carefully crafted questions subtly challenge assumptions and encourage deeper explanation. Instead of direct contradiction, inquire about their thought process or the basis of their beliefs. This approach fosters dialogue and mutual understanding, shifting the focus from defense to shared exploration. By delving into experiences that shaped their perspective, questions facilitate empathetic exchanges. Strategically using questions facilitates productive communication and fosters an atmosphere of respect and receptivity. It redirects potentially contentious discussions towards resolution and mutual learning, ensuring constructive engagement. Number 7, disagree politely. Disagreeing politely is a crucial skill when dealing with people who frequently believe they are always right. This respectful approach allows you to express your opinion clearly and assertively without invalidating or minimizing the other person's perspective. By doing so, you not only maintain the integrity of the discussion, but also encourage an environment of mutual respect and understanding. To disagree politely, it is important to choose your words carefully and focus on expressing your point of view without confronting or antagonizing. This shows that you are listening and considering what was said, even if you do not fully agree. Another aspect is to avoid language that suggests judgment or direct criticism. Instead of saying, "That's wrong," you could say, "That makes me think that perhaps there's another possibility." Such language not only reduces defensiveness, but also opens the door to a more open and less combative discussion. Additionally, using evidence or examples to support your position can help strengthen your argument respectfully. This demonstrates that your opinion is well thought out and based on valid reasons rather than just a contrary reaction. Disagreeing politely is not just about maintaining courtesy, but also about preserving productive dialogue and the exchange of ideas. This tactic not only helps maintain peace in potentially tense interactions, but also models a form of communication that values the diversity of thoughts and opinions. By practicing this skill, you contribute to an environment where everyone feels heard and respected, promoting healthier and more collaborative relationships. Number 8, shift to neutral ground. Changing the focus of the conversation to less controversial topics can be an effective strategy when dealing with people who frequently believe they are always right. This method, known as shifting to neutral ground, helps to reduce tension and avoid unnecessary conflicts, providing a break for more heated discussions or points of disagreement. When you notice that the conversation is becoming too polarized or tense, introducing a neutral topic can calm the atmosphere and reestablish a more friendly and cooperative environment. For example, if a discussion about workplace policies is becoming contentious, you could gently shift the subject to future company plans or upcoming events, something that does not generate deep divisions. This technique is especially useful when you recognize that a resolution will not be reached immediately, or that strong opinions may lead to a stalemate. Discussing lighter and less personal topics can be a way to keep the conversation flowing positively without necessarily having to concede your own principles or ideas. Number 9, reinforce mutual respect. This is essential in any interaction, especially when dealing with people who frequently believe they are always right. By reminding everyone involved of the importance of respecting differences, you establish a foundation for healthy and constructive dialogue, minimizing the potential for conflicts and misunderstandings. This principle can be applied during conversations by emphasizing that although there may be disagreement, each person has the right to express their opinion safely and be heard with consideration. This not only promotes a more welcoming and inclusive environment, but also discourages behaviors such as interruptions, belittling, or disdain for contrary ideas. For example, in a work meeting or family discussion when tempers begin to flare, it is helpful to pause and remind everyone present that despite differences of opinion, everyone should strive to maintain a respectful dialogue. You could say something like, "Let's remember to listen to each other with respect. It's important that everyone feels their perspectives are valued." Additionally, by modeling this behavior, you demonstrate leadership and set a standard for others to follow. Showing respect for others' opinions, even when you disagree with them, encourages others to do the same, creating a positive cycle of effective and respectful communication. Number 10, be patient. Patience is a virtue valued in many philosophies, including Stoicism, which teaches the importance of controlling our reactions and accepting that we cannot change others, only ourselves. In the context of dealing with people who frequently believe they are always right, patience plays a crucial role. Recognizing that some people may need more time to absorb and consider alternative viewpoints is an exercise in patience and understanding. Stoicism suggests that we should view these situations as opportunities to practice tolerance and self-control, rather than sources of frustration. For example, when presenting a different perspective to someone who is stubborn or fixed in their opinions, it is helpful to remember that changing one's mind rarely happens instantly. Instead of pressing for immediate acceptance or showing irritation, maintain a calm and consistent approach. Offer information respectfully and be open to continuing the discussion later, giving the other person time to process what was said. Being patient also means recognizing and accepting your own limits in influencing another person's thinking. Stoics believe that we should focus our energy on areas of our lives over which we have control. This includes how we choose to react to others' intransigence. Therefore, rather than becoming frustrated or emotionally drained trying to change someone's thinking, focus on maintaining your own serenity and integrity. Thus, by practicing patience, you not only maintain your inner peace, as proposed by Stoicism, but also create a more conducive environment for constructive and potentially transformative dialogues, respecting everyone's time to reflect and possibly accept new ideas. Number 11, listen actively. Active listening is an important skill for effectively dealing with people who always think they are right. By practicing active listening, you demonstrate respect for others' opinions, even when you disagree with them. This involves giving your full attention to what the other person is saying without interrupting and making a conscious effort to truly understand their perspective. To listen actively without compromising your own opinions, it is important to adopt an attitude of openness and curiosity. This can be done through techniques such as paraphrasing what the person said to ensure you understood correctly and asking clarifying questions that help deepen your understanding of their point of view. By doing so, you not only confirm that you are engaged in the conversation, but also encourage the person to reflect on their own position, possibly leading them to consider other perspectives. Additionally, maintaining calmness and objectivity during the conversation can help prevent the discussion from becoming an emotional confrontation. By listening actively, you are creating an environment of dialogue where both sides feel their voices are heard and valued. This is especially important when dealing with someone who may not be accustomed to having their opinions questioned. Active listening therefore, does not mean giving up your own ideas, but creating a bridge of mutual understanding that can lead to more productive discussions and greater respect between the parties involved. Number 12, accept differences. Accepting differences of opinion is a fundamental aspect of maintaining healthy relationships, especially when dealing with people who frequently believe they are always right. Stoicism teaches us the importance of accepting what we cannot change and focusing our efforts on what is within our control. Therefore, rather than trying to force others to agree with us or becoming frustrated when they do not, we should practice acceptance and tolerance. This does not mean abandoning our own principles or beliefs, but recognizing that diversity of thought is a natural and enriching part of human interaction. When you accept differences of opinion, you create space for respectful dialogue and mutual growth. This can be particularly challenging when dealing with people who are adamant about their own views. But it is precisely in these situations that practicing acceptance becomes most valuable. Instead of seeing disagreement as a barrier to communication, view it as an opportunity to learn from others and broaden your own perspective. By embracing differences, you foster an environment of inclusivity and openness where everyone feels comfortable expressing their ideas without fear of judgment or rejection. This promotes healthier and more meaningful relationships built on mutual respect and understanding. Number 13, know when to disengage. Knowing when to disengage from a conversation is essential when dealing with people who frequently believe they are always right. Despite your best efforts to maintain a constructive dialogue, there may be times when it becomes clear that further discussion is unproductive or even harmful. In such cases, it is important to recognize when it is time to step back and disengage, rather than continuing to engage in a fruitless debate. This could involve excusing yourself from the conversation politely, or simply changing the subject to something less contentious. The goal is to avoid escalating tensions or causing further frustration for both parties. Additionally, knowing when to disengage also means recognizing your own emotional limits and prioritizing your mental well-being. Stoicism teaches us that we cannot control the behavior or attitudes of others, but we can choose how we respond to them. Therefore, if a conversation becomes too heated or emotionally draining, it is perfectly acceptable to take a step back and focus on regaining your composure. This is not a sign of weakness, but rather a demonstration of self-awareness and self-care. By knowing when to disengage, you protect your own peace of mind and preserve the possibility of future productive interactions. Conclusion: dealing with people who always think they are right can be challenging, but it is not impossible. By applying these 13 strategies inspired by Stoic principles, you can maintain your composure, assert your perspective, and foster more constructive dialogues. Remember to focus on facts, avoid direct confrontations, use humor, stay calm, set boundaries, use questions, disagree politely, shift to neutral ground, reinforce mutual respect, be patient, listen actively, accept differences, and know when to disengage. By practicing these techniques consistently, you can navigate difficult conversations with confidence and integrity, promoting healthier and more harmonious relationships in all areas of your life.